Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasha, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as the hopefully elect, the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and prophesying through the spirit of YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation, but of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And as you can see within the title, there's a piece that people don't understand. And you know, this was quoted by the elder brother in our camp. I believe we was having class one day, you know, because I was like, I gotta get a lesson out. So I went through my, you know, my list of lesson titles that I have, and that one stood out to me. And it's crazy. I was supposed to do this lesson maybe 40 minutes ago. All right, like literally 40. I just remember the time that I was on the phone with this person, and it manifested this lesson within itself, man. There's a piece that people don't understand, and them trying to be antagonistic, well, them feel like I'm poking at them, and I had to clarify and have them understand I'm not doing that, but I'm just trying to be clear, and I'm using certain things as an example. It's not to take a shot at you, you know. But one thing I've also learned from the elder brother is you can't control how people receive information. You can say something, and it's depending on how you say it, it is how they will take it pretty much. You can't, oh, I meant, and you know, you can, and it's possible that they can, you know, it can get cleared up. But most of the time people hear something, they're gonna take it how they hear it. And that's what I was just telling her. I'm like, I'm seeking peace, right? All of this extra shit you doing, I don't, you know. Hey, one of my favorite quotes in Black Panther, he said, hey, all of that, what he said, all of that, dang, I can't even think of it right now because I'm so excited because it fits right here. Oh yeah, all that challenge shit is over. You know what I'm saying? Because he, you know, Black Panther came back, and as you can see, I am not dead. He's like, hey, all that challenge shit over. He's like, I don't want to hear what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I already got the throne. I'm you know, I'm executing how I want to run this country and all of that. And that's how it was with that situation. All that arguing shit is over. I'm not trying to get into that and be burning up my energy, be angry. And, you know, even now, I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, man, fuck, like, I need to get this lesson. I said, this is going to distract me from doing that lesson. But through the spirit, before I started, I said, call all YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, because it actually ties right into it, man. Because a lot of people don't seek peace. They seek peace how they want to and whatever they seek it in, but peace is peace. You know, you can find peace within yourself, but it's what makes you happy. At that point, you're no longer caring about what other people think. But there's also a peace that people don't understand, you know, which is the peace that is going to be on earth, the harmony that's going to be on earth. But it's only going to come by what? Let's get it real quick. Hey, call all YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. So many precepts. I gotta go get this other one though, because I might forget it. You know, the brain don't work like it used to. Yeah, it should be 2nd Ezra 6. It's been a while since I came here. Boom. It should be verse 9. Niner. Yep. Alright, so we have this 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hastens fast to pass away. And that's why we seek a place where rest is allowed. You know, we're just passing through here through the spirit. Alright, this world is hastening fast to pass away. You know, a brother told me the other day, he said, yeah man, I ride on the street, there was a McDonald's and I think he said a Wendy's maybe on the same block that was closed down. That's beautiful, because that shows what? That we are closer to our kingdom. We are closer to the second coming of our big brother YAHWASHI. We are closer to the Heavenly Father judging this world which he made. All right, and we can see through the spirit that is passing away. All right, we see Esau and his secret council, how they setting up their new world order. Okay, we see the prophecies happening. You know, brother sent another video of the earthquakes that happened in the past 20 hours, and I'm like, this looked like the same one he sent a couple weeks back. showing all these different countries having these earthquakes and storms and tempests, same as what the Lord causes those things to happen, man. He said, I will visit them with storm and tempest. So tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, ice storms, all of that is due to YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. And you can see these earthquakes have been increasing. All right, you used to have a lot of little earthquakes going on, but now big earthquakes is happening. So when it speaks about that in Matthew, the 24th chapter, all right, and it speaks about earthquakes in diverse places, best believe we are definitely in those times. Okay, because through the Spirit, the things that we once talked about are increasing. Okay, they're elevating. All right, just like with the MOTB, it's increasing. They're speaking about it more and more. They're setting up flock cameras. They're setting up, talking about biometric identities and digital IDs and digital current. It's coming together because this world hastens fast to pass away. All right, it says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come, which is a righteous kingdom. And within that righteous kingdom, there's going to be peace on earth. All right, ain't gonna be nobody's making nukes. All right, when you watch the movie X-Men Apocalypse, when they had the blue guy, they raised him up from his tomb and shit, and he was disgusted, right, at all of the war and all of the weapons that they had, and it just bothered him so much. And it reminds me of the 2nd chapter of Isaiah, which I have set up as well. All right, ain't gonna be no wars, man. Okay, because these other nations are gonna learn our ways. All right, what happened is, like I was telling the brother, yes, I'm not gonna call Esau a ruler. He's just in charge right now. All right, the person in charge of the world right now, he don't know whether he's coming and going, but he's the wicked of the earth. He's the Lord's sword, and there's nothing but death that follow him. Everything he touches. All right, so what's promised to the righteous is a righteous kingdom. All right. Starting with Yahawashi, down to King David, down to the 12, down to the government body, the 144,000, down unto the elect, down into the ones that will come back, man. All right, that's what's coming, and through YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, we're going to establish peace and righteousness on earth, man. All right, it says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, and definitely, well, it is. All right, there's men on men, women on women, women turning to men, men turning to women. All right, wasn't Sodom judged for that? Okay, you got idols and relics and idolatry everywhere. All right, wasn't that a problem with all of the kingdoms that was done away with in the scriptures? Okay, didn't the Lord tell us not to be partaking in those things because he have a problem with those things? All right, so this is what we're dealing with. This place has to be judged. Verse 28, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place, so a place, not just the wickedness, the place have to go. Because America really is that whore that sitteth upon the dragon. All right, and that dragon being NATO and the EU. A lot of countries want to be like America, and they become Americanized, okay? And they doing dealings with America, drinking of that wine, which is the philosophies and the morals and the ethics that they lack thereof more so, all right, and the wickedness that they partake in, but a lot of these countries are waking up, and this is how this place is going to be judged, how this place where the evil is sown is going to pass away, all right, because it's going to be judged by thermonuclear fire, a beautiful cleansing agent, okay? It says, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good, right? Because what is good? Okay, the kingdom of heaven is going to be perfect. All right, it is going to be perfect. It's going to be beautified, which goes to show you the one who's in rulership in this present time. I'm gonna go up to 8 because people need to understand who the Lord is dealing with and who he's not dealing with. All right. Then 2nd Ezra 6 and 8, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which is happening through the Spirit. We're speaking his word, speaking the words of the Heavenly Father, and his kingdom is actually coming down as we speak, spiritually and physically. It's already been down morally and ethically, all right? And however you want, but it's hastening fast to pass away. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, right? What is that world? This world that we're living in, this time, this age, this eon, okay, this so-called rulership, okay? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So if he's the end of the world, and Jacob, being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is the world that followeth after, then there has to be another world coming after this world. There has to be another rulership coming after this rulership, right? Which is going to be the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be established with peace on earth. Okay, don't get me wrong, nations is going to be judged and be put in submission, all right, and become servants. But it's crazy, like old boy talking about you're going to own nothing and be happy. Well, they're going to own what they own and they're going to be happy. Okay, they ain't going to have as much as the Israelites are, you know, but we ain't going to be sitting here bleeding whatever land that they have dry and all their resources. No, we're just going to get the best of the best, but we're going to leave enough for them to take care of themselves and their families, man. All right, but they're still going to be servants and be in submission. There's ways to treat a servant in the scripture. The Lord is very just. All right, he's very fair. Okay, there was a guy that came and did service on my deep freezer today, and you know, we was pretty much chopping it up and just speaking how this system, you know, we both spoke. It's like, yeah, man. He's like something about the 5-day weeks, and I was like, yeah, I believe it was. He's like, I think it was Henry Ford. I was like, yeah. And I remember the brother speaking on how they pretty much, you know, had people working like crazy, and people was pretty much, you know, passing out and losing their mind, for lack of better words. So they came up with the 15-minute breaks and the 30-minute breaks, which is just enough for you to keep your wits to keep on working. Like, that's wickedness, man. Well, I gotta work every day, all day, to bring home just a little bit, you know. But that's how Esau rolls. That's why this place got to be done away with. Okay, going right into Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So, because we're gonna treat them fair. Okay, we're gonna let's get that. We ain't gonna be being all deceiving, you know. Yeah, here, you want a loan, sign this. All right, 30% interest and all of that. Like, no, we gonna be treating people fair and be straight up through the spirit. Okay, because that's how our Father deal, right? What was I about to go? Oh yeah, Sirach 10. It might be 8. Oh, he's gonna mixed up. It might be 10 and 8. It's 10 and 8. This Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And we're not going to have any of these three things going on in our kingdom from us. You know, if other nations are trying to do it to other nations, it's going to be corrected, and they're going to understand. All right, because what it is this is when you go up, it say what? A wise judge, verse 1, Sirach 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. That's why you get down to verse 8 and you have those unrighteous dealings and those injuries and riches got by deceit, because the wise judge will instruct his people, and Esau is not a wise judge in consideration of the people. You know, as the scriptures speak about, he's wiser than Daniel. He'll go search out all of this thing, but it's due to his benefit, not to profit everyone, all right, that's under his rule, because he's definitely ruling the earth right now. Okay, and here you go to verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And that's why a lot of our people, as well as the other nations, indulge in wickedness, all right, because that's what Esau is into. And his kingdom is not, well, his kingdom is not well ordered, and he's not a prudent man in the sense of, if I do this, then this would happen. He's just looking like, well, if I get everybody to get a chip in them, I can control everybody, and they can have to be under, and I can defy the Most High and show the Most High that I'm a God too. That's his ideology when it comes to prudence. Okay, but the scriptures also say, what? It say, dang, what did it say? The wisdom of The sinners is not wisdom or prudence or something. Let me see. Dang. The wisdom. I'm gonna try to look. Might have to Google it. Ecclesiasticus 19:22. It says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence, right? Because their counsel is to do their own bidding, do what they want to do. All right, they're not really into getting into making things just and fair. It's just they're doing things according to what they got planned for the world. All right, the world, Craig. Okay, so jumping into Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. All right, as you see, it says God's universal reign. Okay, aka YAHWASHI YAHWASHI, or BKA, better known as YAHWASHI YAHWASHI. All right, it says I'm gonna start at 1. Isaiah 2:1. It says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, speaking about the southern and northern kingdom. All right, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. All right, and that is a future prophecy. Once the kingdom is established, the mountain of the Lord, aka the government, is going to be established above all the other mountains, above all the other hills, which is all the other nations, right? And all nations are going to flow into it. Why? Because they're going to learn our ways. Okay, they ain't gonna be doing their own thing. Ain't gonna no more worshiping Allah and Buddha. No more worshiping Jesus either. That fucker gotta go. Okay, he's gonna be done away with. And hey, if anybody's here, you know, brothers probably heard me in some of my videos. I can't wait. I can't wait. Maybe the Lord will let me do it personally. But that fucking statue over there in Brazil, I can't wait till that fall down. I cannot wait until that fall down. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I cannot wait. Cherry can zap the feet of that fucker for all I care, but I hope I'm able to see it. If not, Lord willing, I'm of the elect, and I'll run it back in my head when it happens, because I gotta see that go. Big ass Caesar Borgia statue. Verse 2, it says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. It's not going to be our people, because we're going to be perfect. You know, the law, statutes, commandments are going to be written within our inward parts. So there's going to be no reason for us, all right, to learn the ways if we already have the ways. But the other nations ain't going to be perfect. They ain't going to have new bodies. They ain't going to have the laws written in their inward parts. So they're going to have to be taught our ways that the Lord gave us. Right, like Deuteronomy 4 says, and about starting around 5, this is our wisdom and knowledge in the sight of the nations. And they're gonna say, surely they have a great power behind them. So they're gonna see, and in the near future as well. They see it already. You ain't no stopping this truth. The Lord got this truth spreading like wildfires, man. And he causing a bunch of wildfires as well due to this truth. All right. It says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI from Jerusalem. So they're going to learn our ways, man. All right. Ain't going to be no we over in getting our land back and a couple of them that's in servitude and under us keeping our ways. The whole world, Chico. All right. Verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. They're going to have to be rebuked and judged, because they got to learn our ways. They ain't going to be like, hey, do this. Okay. Like some of them going to be trying to be slick, you know, do their little thing and whatever. But, hey, we ain't having that, you know. They're going to be under submission. It says, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. That shows sound like peace to me. But that's a peace that people don't understand, because they don't understand that this place that they love and think the end all be all is, it has to go away before we can get to that peace. Everybody's seeking peace. They chasing a bag for more money so they ain't hurting. They everybody really into holistic things in these present days. You got people becoming vegan and pescatarian, vegetarian, and plant-based, and beyond meats. They doing whatever they can to feel good, to feel whole. But all of this is BS food. You just gotta eat the best of the worst. But in the kingdom, it ain't gonna be there. Ain't gonna be no damn GMOs. Ain't gonna be no pesticides spraying on the crops. All right, ain't gonna be forcing people to use seeds and things like, you know, GMO seeds and like, nah, things gonna go back to being natural. All right, like it says in Revelations, things gonna go back to being new. All things gonna be made anew, because we, through the Spirit, everything Esau done, we gotta undo. The ocean gotta be clean. The outer space gotta be clean. The earth gotta be clean and replenished. And trees, everybody hurting and mourning due to this devil, man. All right. So there is peace coming, you know, but everybody, they don't understand what has to happen in order for that peace to come. But we seek that place of rest. We seek that peace, you know, and Lord willing, we continue to do so. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.